Hello everyone. So today we are going to have a demo session on Salesforce Velocity. So I have around 3 years of experience in Salesforce and Velocity, and we'll be giving this demo session today. The scope of demo. So we are going to just study about the topic Velocity Enterprise Product Catalog. In short, we call it EPC. And there will be three topics mainly we are going to focus today. First one is the overview of product creation, then product specs and bundles, then third one, understanding attributes and attribute categories. So what we are going to learn is, while what is the Velocity EPC, then we'll be creating the products and the product bundles with real life examples. Then we can also add the specifications to a product bundle. So we'll get a better idea what is the meaning of specifications once we'll do the configuration, and the attributes and attribute categories. So what is meaning of attribute, what is attribute category? This is mainly we are going to focus on today's session. These are some add-on topics that we'll cover further once we complete the prime topics. So that is mainly the advanced pricing. So first one, volume-based pricing of products. This is something we deal with the products we have pricing, some advanced level. What is object type? What is inheritance model? And the important checks for correct configuration of the product. So for example, we are creating one of the product. How we can verify that we have configured the product correctly? How is the cart experience? So these are all the things we'll be dealing in this fourth point. So for today's session, I have planned for projects. So in the project, we have a mobile device creation. So just for example, we have taken Samsung device, Oppo device. So the specifications will be the capacity of 32 GB, 64 GB. These are the available colors. Same specifications we have planned for Oppo device. So capacity is 32 GB, 64 GB and some colors. Then we'll create a product bundle of the mobile devices, and in the end, we are going to add it in the cart. So the important prerequisite for this is we need to have basic understanding of the Salesforce concept and the functionality. So that is important. So as I was talking about Velocity EPC, so EPCs is powered by a shared catalog. So we'll understand what is the shared catalog, what is the power of this, so how we are going to deal with the product creation at one page where we have everything placed. We have the products, pricing, attributes creation, pick list, everything we are going to see in this. So the shared catalog uses a metadata-driven approach to accommodate all the incarnations of a product as it travels from the twinkles in the customer's eyes to the physical implementation in the customer hand. So it means basically the products that a customer is thinking how we can do it in our implementations, how we can develop it easily. Integrates into your end-to-end ecosystem by combining a complete product, service, and resource model to drive sales, industry, CPQ, ordering, and fulfillment functions. So we are going to create a perfect product so we can have less order failures and a better order, or we can say complete functionality present in the product. Provides one user interface with common tools, enabling your teams to collaboratively and rapidly create, manage, and deliver offerings to the market. So very easy way we can create the product and manage. Now this is the screen I was talking about, where we'll be creating the products and the product bundle. So this is the main screen that we are seeing right now. So we are going to use it a lot while we'll be creating the product or the product bundles. So here we have product section. Then we have the attributes pick list here in the foundation. Metadata, we have the object. So here we define the object types. So just now I'm just calling out the names. We are going to have the detailing once we'll start practically. In pricing, what is price list? What are these terms? How we are going to use rules and layout management. Now the next topic is product attributes. So to configure product specifications, allowing user to specify product colors, sizes, and other options. So as I mentioned that in the project, we are going to develop mobile devices, Samsung or Oppo. So they were having some capacity color. So these are the specifications which we define using product attributes. how we can change the product pricing using attribute based pricing rules. So this is something in advanced pricing we have. So for example, we are offering a Samsung device of 32 GB and a 64 GB. So yeah, definitely the pricing will be different. So how we are going to manage it? And in order management, to map commercial products or the products that customers see with technical products that communicate with the backend system to fulfill the products that are purchased. Now, what is attribute category? So it is used to group the attributes. So for example, we are having color and capacity. These can be grouped together under an attribute category, something mobile attributes or mobile specifications. So that is the attribute category. We are again going to see it how in the card we can understand it better. This also displays a heading at the runtime in the cards filter and configuration window. Attribute categories are required to create product attributes. Okay, so without attribute category, we'll not be able to create an attribute. So it's a must to define the attribute category first and then the attribute. Now we have the object types. So it is again a reusable type entity that describes a common set of fields and attributes as well as the layouts for all the link product. So this is some pictorial view that we are seeing right now, which we'll be seeing in practically. So just try to understand the first layer is the base product. So when like in the Salesforce, we have layout for the pages. For example, we have account page, we have a layout there. Same in the product, we have, for example, any of the product, we have a base layout. Now we are just dividing it into two categories, smartphone and internet services. So this is again a second layer where we have added some attributes. So left hand side, these are the attributes. So 5 attributes are there. Again in the third layer, we have to reuse these attributes, these 5 attributes, plus additional 2 attributes we have. So band type connectivity. So we are just inheriting. So second layer attributes are inherited to the third layer. And additionally to the child object type. So just an example. So this is the root, then the just child object type, further child. So it's like the attributes are getting inherited to the down layers, and additionally we are defining more, or we can add on more attributes as per the requirement. So let's quickly start with some practical implementation to get a better idea of all the topics we discussed so far. In the app launcher, this is the symbol for app launcher. Once we have logged into the org, we are going to search here for Vlocity product console. Okay, I'm going to open it in a new tab. So we are going to land up on a page where we'll be creating the product, we'll be creating the attributes, the pick list. So just quickly, I'm going back to the project activity that we're going to do right now. This is the project creation of mobile device with below specification. So Samsung device with available capacity of this. Okay, I've already opened up in this third tab. So let me close this. So we are going to land up on this screen. Once we are there on Vlocity product console, we're going to land up here. So this product part, so the search one is the one like we have already created some products, so we can search. And if you're going to create a new product, we are going to click on the plus icon. So before creating a product, as I mentioned, we need a layout, and that layout is the object type. So that we are going to do it via object. So I'm going to click here, object. This is the first thing that we need to have defined for the product. So we are going to search with the API name of the product, that is product to object. So always we are going to click on this. And then here we have the object types. So these are the facets here. So different sections and facets. So this left part, we call it facet. So in object types, we can see these are already predefined object types that we have in that. So this is one of the training org. In the real org, we have to like in the developers org, or once we are doing it things in a project point of view, we have to configure everything from scratch. But here we have seen that we have already predefined object type. So for example, base product spec type. So there was one pictorial representation I was talking about, base product. So something similar you can imagine. We have a base product spec type, base offers, if it is an offer or a product or a resource or a service. So based on that, like for example, we are having a product. Under the product, we have created we need some mobile devices that we need to configure. So we are going to select the mobile service product spec type. So I'm just clicking on it and just explaining what is the object type. So again, we have attributes and fields section here. So we can see like these are all the fields here. So what I'm going to do is, as per the project, I have to create one of the Samsung device with some attributes, color and capacity. So going back to the dashboard, so I have to, it's like assign some attributes and fields. So before assigning, let me check whether those attributes are created in the org or not. So I'm going back to dashboard here. I'm quickly searching in the attribute here. For example, color. So yeah, I already have it in my org. Let me open up. So we can see color is there. It has the attribute category already defined. For example, if we don't have the category, so in the app launcher, we are going to search our attribute categories and we are going to create a attribute category here. So velocity attribute categories here we can navigate. But for now, I have to check something like here in this attribute, we have different types of attribute. So this is currency, percent, text, number, checkbox, date, time, pick list, and multi-pick list lookup. So what are these? Pick list means something like a drop down. We have a drop down, for example, in the Salesforce, we have some pick list where we have various values defined. So it's sort of a drop down. So color is sort of a drop down for us. We need these colors in our product. That is, we need color black, blue, and gray. So colors will be a drop down. So there's a pick list, and the pick list selected here is colors. Now I have to navigate again to the dashboard and search for the color pick list here. So quickly I'll search for the pick list. So I can see there's a colors pick list defined here. Let me click on this. Now there we have to check what all values will be there in the drop down. So these are the colors defined. But for our specification, we don't need all these colors. We have only requirement of 3 colors. So that means we're going to create a new pick list that will just have the pick lists that are required for our product. So quickly going back to the dashboard. So likewise, we search from here, we can create with the plus icon. So let me click on the plus icon here. And I'm going to give it a name as Samsung color pick list. Okay, we need to give a code. So again, code will be unique. We can give it with the name PKL, that means pick list for Samsung, and this will be the name. Description, we can again give some description. So data type will be text because these are color values. So values, they are text. It will be active. So we have to remember to make it active, otherwise we won't be able to use it. And effective from means when you want it to be effective. So maybe some past date, like or today's date we are going to give here. Okay, I can give any past date or today's date. I'm going to save it. This is one of the pick lists we created. And now I'm going to add the colors that are required for my pick list. So I'm going to select here pick list item. So if we're like we are creating like something from the scratch. Otherwise, there are some concept of advanced rules where we can also control the colors value. Like we were having initially so many colors, right? So we could have used the same, but there would be rules. So we are going to do it in the later part. Right now, we are just focusing on creation of new pick list. So text value, I'm going to give this color. Here we have black, blue, and gray. So let me give it a text value as black, label is black, and code is some value. So pkl dash val, and this is black. So these are some conventions we can use. So it depends upon us and it has to be followed constantly. And there should be no space and only hyphen we can use. Sequencing depends the order. Like black, you want the first name. You'll understand once I create a new pick list value. Let me give it a name. Uh, let me save it. Effective from. Again, we have to make it active. Save it. Okay. Now same way, I'm going to add a new pick list here. So this time I'm going to add blue color. So same step we are going to follow. Code is again pkl-val and this time blue. Sequencing, I'm going to give it 20. So why 10, 20? So like we have some in future, we have some white color coming in future, and that should be in the drop down the first value. So we have given some gaps so that in later on requirements we can add new colors, and as per the sequence they will be appearing in the drop down. So that is the importance that we are giving some gaps in the sequencing, as well as we are just giving it 10 10 gap. It depends, you can give here 5 10. It depends upon the requirement. And the last one is gray color. So quickly adding one more text value. Okay, so again I'm going to give it 30, so it will appear third in my list of drop down. Again some effective from date, and make sure that you have marked every pick list value active. So I've created my new pick list, so it will hold the Samsung color pick list. Now, for example, I'm going to use the same Samsung color pick list for my Oppo phone as well, because Oppo I can see same specification. So rather than creating duplicate color pick list, let me give a name that is suitable for both. So for now, I'm going to give it maybe Samsung dash Oppo. Okay, and it's advised that we should not change the code again and again, because sometimes we have some custom implementations where we are referring these via code. So we'll avoid it for now, and I'm going to save it. So we have created one pick list here, and we have already color attribute defined. Now same way we are going to check for the other attribute. Other attribute is capacity, where we were checking like the capacity is 32 GB, 64 GB. So same way we are going to go to the attribute and we are going to search for the capacity attribute. So we can see again a capacity attribute is there. And let's check whether we have what it is of type pick list and what pick list is assigned capacity. So again we have to check for the values in the capacity. And always remember, whenever we are going to create an attribute, we should have the product to applicable objects here. In this product to object should be checked. Otherwise, you will not be able to see this attribute. In the products, we cannot assign this attribute. So it has to be made applicable for the product to object. This is a very important check. Okay, so likewise, we are going to create a new capacity pick list that will hold the specifications, that is 32 GB and 64 GB capacity. So I'm going to give it a same naming convention. Samsung Oppo capacity, and code will be pick list Samsung Oppo capacity. Description, maybe we can give the same description. So data type is again text, because 32 GB is sort of a string sort of value, and string is text here. So effective from again some past date. So if you are giving some future date, that means on that date you'll be able to see this. So that's why we are giving either past date or the today or today's date. So here now we can quickly add the pick list item. So that is again the values we need. So I'm going to click here on new item. So we can quickly check we need 32 GB and 64 GB. Okay. So code should be unique. There should be no space. We should avoid that. Don't forget to make it active and effective from some past date. In case we are not giving any effective date, then what will happen? It means it is available for lifetime. Okay, again I'm going to give another value, that is 64 GB. Same steps I am going to follow. pkl-bal. Code should be unique. Sequence is 20. Again, I have to make it active. And some effective date, make it past date and save. So we have created two pick lists that are sort of a drop down that will hold the required value of capacity. Let me close the additional one. Okay, so I was talking about the object types, right? So where we navigated to the object type, I went to the dashboard object that will open this search object where I have to search on the product two. So after going to product two, I have object types. Under this, I have mobile service product spec. So after clicking on this, I'll just land up here. Now I can assign the attributes and fields. So I have to assign two attributes, color and capacity. So just I have to check the checkbox and click on the assign button here. So here the type will tell whether it is an attribute or a field. So it got assigned twice because I clicked there twice. That's why let me. So whenever we see some this sort of issue, we see unwanted attributes. So just again check the checkbox and click on the unassign button here. Okay, maybe we have to run few jobs. Let me. So I'm doing that same activity again. Okay, so these are the fields, and at the top we have the attributes that will be assigned here. Yeah, so we can see color and capacity are assigned. So if I click on this, we can see the details, what is the metadata in the particular attribute. So after clicking on it, we can see the display name, the pick list is capacity here. We have the value, so we define some values, right? So these are the values here. Now, what we are going to do is quickly let's create one of the product here that we were talking. So just same way going back to the dashboard and in the product, I'll click on the plus icon here and I'm going to create a product that is Samsung. So object type is nothing like the one we were checking right now. So it is mobile service product spec type. So you can see the same name here, right? We are going to give the product name as Samsung demo. Specification type, so it's a product for us, that's why we are selecting product. If it will be a bundle, we'll select it offer. We are going to come to the bundle. Let's give it a unique code, so maybe let's give it a name, Samsung demo for now. We should give some reasonable product codes, but since we're just giving a random name here for now, I'll save it. So once it will be saved, we will be able to see this similar sort of structure like we have in the mobile service product spec type, because this is sort of a layout that will be inherited with the Samsung demo product. So let it load. We'll be able to see what it means. Like this is the left side is the facet. So we are able to see all these things. Why? Because if I go back to the object type here in the layout management, because this is the object type we assigned to the Samsung demo mobile, right? So this is some structure. We have general properties, right? So if I go back here, I have general properties. Then if I see the attribute property, second one, so if I go back again to the object type, I'll scroll down. So yeah, I have attribute properties. Then the next facet is attributes and fields. So again, I have the attributes and field. I hope you are getting the context. So same way we are going to have all the facet defined here. Now I have created the product. Let's go to the attributes and fields and check for the specifications. So we were seeing the color and capacity. So let's go to the color and capacity. Now we created two pick list values, right? Samsung color pick list and Samsung Oppo capacity. Actually, it is Samsung Oppo color pick list. So here we can see the correct name. So for example, it's not getting reflected here. Just click on this refresh at the right side. That will refresh the content here. Okay. And let's close it. But we'll open it again. We'll be able to see with the same name. It will reflect here with the same name. So let's see quickly that thing too. So you can see Samsung Oppo capacity and color pick list, right? So I'm going back to the product here, Samsung demo. In the attributes, in the pick list section, I came first to the capacity here. I clicked on this. So I can see the values are different. Why? These are not 32 GB, 64 GB, the one we created, because we have to assign our pick list now. So I'll click on this cancel button here and I will just search for my pick list. Okay. So in this, I have to select the pick list that I created, Samsung Oppo capacity. Just simply selecting this one, and so we can see the values here. So we can click on any one that could be the default value, and if we don't want any default value, we leave it as it is. Has rule, so as I mentioned, the rules part that will deal, that is has rule, that's a different thing. Then we need to check the checkbox if it has rules. Right now we don't have any rules, so we need not to check. It is, if we want to make it hidden, then we can check hidden. If it is read only, then we are going to click on this required. So let's make it required. So this is something overridable behavior. That means we can modify the behavior of the attribute, like we want to make it visible, hidden. Below is some non-overridable behavior. That means we are not allowed to change it. It should be active, and let's save it. So after saving this, we are going to create the same way for the color. We are going to assign the correct pick list to the color. So color attribute already existed. Let me click on the color here. And I'm going to check the values in the color. So there are additional values, but we only need black, blue, and gray. So I need to assign the pick list that I created. So let me search the color pick list here. So this is the one that I need. And again, we are not assigning any default value. We are just making it required and saving it. So once we are done with this one product creation, the most important thing is to assign the pricing. So when we have assigned the pricing, then only we'll be able to see it in the cart. So just for now, let's assign any pricing. So price list. So we can create our price list. There are few existing price lists that we have in the training works. For example, these are already created price list. So for example, B2C price list that was already created and mapped with the standard price book. So for now, we are using the existing one. Make the product maybe for free right now. This is the text that will be appearing in the cart. Okay, so we'll go to it. Charge type, let's make it one time standard. We have recurring as well. So one time standard means we are doing the payment one times. Recurring means we are doing it again and again, or on a monthly basis, yearly basis. Click on the search. one time standard price. So since it is a free, we can assign free here. Effective from, again we can give some past date, or we can ignore so that it's available for all time use, so we can skip that part. Let's save it. We can have multiple price list also assigned to one product, so that is more in the pricing part. Once we'll start the pricing in detail, then we can discuss those things. So somehow we have completely configured one product, that is Samsung demo, in B2C price list. So just for now, let me quickly go to the cart here. I'll refresh the cart. So just to show how it looks like, although we are going to have a different, like we go to the codes, in the codes we'll be going to configure button, then we are landing on the cart page. But just for now, let's quickly add one of the product here, that is Samsung demo, to check like how is the cart experience. There are some jobs we need to run, and that is a specific reason here. But I haven't created any hierarchy or a bundle. So let's check. Like we are able to see the colors capacity. Let it load in the meantime. I'll create same way we can create one more product, Oppo. Let's see if it already exists here. That will minimize the time. I'm just searching for some product here. Okay, so we have some other devices here. So this is one activity Samsung likewise I have made. Same way, please try for the Oppo device. And then we are going to create a bundle, because that is the important part for the session that we do check today. Let's check for the Samsung now. So here we're going to search and we are going to see the products. So it is not visible right now. So there are some jobs I was talking about. So we have to run some jobs so that we will be able to see the product in the cart. So let me go to that part. So I'll just quickly go to the app launcher here. We have those Vlocity CMT admin jobs. So there are three jobs primarily that we will require frequently, because it works on the concept of caching. That's why we need to execute those jobs. So whenever we are going to create a product, we need to execute the jobs. Okay, so we have some jobs here, maintenance jobs. So importance of maintenance jobs is product hierarchy maintenance. What is product hierarchy maintenance? So let me quickly go here. I'm randomly selecting one of offer sort of bundle here, like iPhone X Plus mobile streaming channels offer. Let me go to the existing product here. So what is meant by product bundle? Product bundle is having the child products. So this is the product structure. This is a facet where we can add more child products by clicking on the plus icon here. So this is the way we can add more child products here. So I can give the child product name as Samsung demo, the one I created. This is a child product, and I can give a sequence here. So I'm giving a sequence 50. Now we can define the cardinality quantity we require. So maybe minimum is 1, default is 1, maximum is 1. Group cardinality is used once we have further child products to this product. So right now we don't have, that's why I'm not defining. Virtual item and collapse hierarchy, it is like a search bar where we will search, we'll type the name, and based on the type name, for example, if I'm typing iPhone, so I'll get all the list of iPhone related phones. So that's a search bar sort of, it's a collapse hierarchy will give a search box to me. Now I'm going to save this one. So let me quickly check the pricing is B2C or B2B, because the pricing should be same. Yeah, B2C is assigned. And in the product structure, every product, so if I click on it, I'll navigate to a product. So that's why it is a product bundle. So this is the offer and these all are the child products. So we can see the spec type. Now I have added a new child product, Samsung demo, to the product. I need to run the job so that I can see the impact here. So I need to run the hierarchy maintenance job. So whenever we are adding new products in the bundle, then we need to always run the job. So I'll click on this job. Otherwise, we'll not be able to see the changes that we made. Now we have clear manage platform cache that will clear the data that will be present in the cache, and refresh platform cache will reload the data in the cache. So it's important, like we have the order to run the job. So let me run this job too. And after this, I need to run the refresh platform cache job. So once these jobs will be executed, so I can check in the cart. So I was working on this bundle, right? iPhone X Plus mobile streaming. So I'm directly navigating here, refreshing the page. Okay, and here in the cart, we are going to check for this. So this way it is loading all the iPhone related products. So we were having this offer, right, where we modified. I'll just click on this add to cart option. So whenever we are getting incorrectly configured, that means there's some issue in the product. So let's go back, and this is sort of a debugging thing that we have to check. So let's see if there's some issue with our Samsung product. The important things are that we have to have the active checkbox checked. So see, we have missed this. That's why it was not appearing in the cart, as well as we are getting the error. So I'm going to make it active, and we can skip the selling start date because we want it to be available for all time. And now save it. So once we are done with this, now it will not come again. So again, I'm going to add the product in the cart. So see, I have successfully added the product in my cart. Okay. And the one we created, let me go back to the SAM demo. So see, we are again having the product here. We have given a zero pricing. For now, just I'm going to add it in the cart. We will be able to add the Samsung demo. So we have the Samsung device added in the cart. Okay. So when I click on configure, the attributes we created, right, color and capacity, we are able to see those colors and capacity. So right now it is not coming up or not reflecting. So there's a reason, there is some job that we need to execute. So that is EPC JSON attribute job that will fix the error. For now, this is the color capacity attributes. Same way, the bundle has errors. That means we have some red color statements or validations that we need to fulfill first and then will be removed. So let's go to Apple iPhone X because it is saying that some required attribute is missing. Let's configure. So color was the required attribute that was missing. Let's assign the color. Automatically it will be updated and we'll be able to see that. Let's see if there are more attributes that are required below. Okay, so only these are the ones. So once we added those, the error will be not there further. And here we are able to see the Samsung demo as well, the product that we created. So this is the product bundle and all about the product creation. Okay, so we can see the error message is also not there. So that was more about the simple product creation, object types that we covered in the today's session, and adding the product in the cart. And we were talking about attribute categories. So attribute categories means grouping the attributes. So like we have grouped the color and capacity under the attribute category mobile devices. So this is meaning of attribute category. Object types we have seen, we are assigning the layouts and the attributes are getting inherited to the child object types. So the pictorial representation that I demoed. So projects we have done. So You can go through the trailheads and can get more practical knowledge. Thank you for the session.